What's going on, everybody? This is Branded Player 23, and this time around, I bring you a 60 card PAL deck. Finally, 60 card. I got a local stop. It was a small midweek tournament, and credit to myself, I didn't really lose any game that night. I just faced struggles against time, as usual. Slow players do that. But the reality is that with this deck, I actually win most of my matches usually, or normally, to be fair, and it's proven consistently throughout this meta specific, but it's mostly the same build you guys always find me playing. So if you want to see more of the things that this deck profile can do, make sure you check the previous videos that I made. Also subscribe and maybe like also and comment what you think of it. I know a lot of people don't really like this build specifically, but um, in a good pilot hands or somebody that knows what to do with it, it proves a lot. Now, branded has been the flavor of the year basically because everybody has either the Founding and the Virtues or a branded package or just putting branded Rakotail. Lately, branded, the pure version has been topping. We know Andres Torres has proven that. I haven't been focused on competitive. Haven't been focused on competitive a lot, but mostly I'll see what I can do about it and show you guys more of what this deck can do. So without further ado, let's go right into it. We're going to start with the monsters. We're going to go with the ones that are not light or dark. Full Wallace might be necessary to run this with other 60 pile card decks. I think it's still mandatory to have one of these, at least for them to use the Ash that they can use in your branded fusion on the first turn. Nothing else on that. First, the Dark Monsters. One Fallen of White Dragon, two Fallen of Albaz. I think this is the right ratio for anyone that is playing pure branded, and double Falling of White Dragon. It's not the way for me to go. There's a lot of plays that people play it. There's a lot of ways that they can do it. So honestly, I think having two of these, a chance to fuse with opponent's monsters twice, it's better than once and having to be worried about recycling it, even though that they recycle is like seamlessly. Um, Double Albion, one Shiren. We're playing a 60 card pile deck, so you want cards that when they hit the graveyard, they do something, and it does it in your favor. So Shiren is like a really, we will say spicy tech, but at this point, come on, like it's a 60 card power deck. Famous Saronir, which in Tragedy will get an effect when they hit the graveyard. Double Oliver only. People are saying that this is the best normal summon of the deck. I could agree on that, but when you draw two or even three of it, let's see if you can still think the same thing. Because Aluber, it's a either or effect. It has two effects, and they're actually very powerful, but you cannot activate both on the same turn. If it was, it's different. But one card that does have both effects that can be activated this turn is Private Mercurier. It's an amazing card, and that's why I run two, and I will never get tired of activating both effects in the same turn. The last dark monster is Sprengen's Kit. This monster will never probably go out in any branded build. Hell, it might be even a candidate for it to be banned because of how powerful is the effect of getting a branded card straight back from wherever it is back to you. The only way to get rid of this effect's effectiveness is by banishing her face down. For the like monsters, we have Double Quem and Dover Cortesia, one Maximus because we're running the Nadir package, one Lubellion, you saw the double Saronir, so you need a way to search for it, one Incredible Ecclesia, and for the latest editions of the deck, I think it's Spring and Screen. I drew this in Burst Protocol in the first weekend. Magical Lawbringer is one of the latest additions, and the very last monster added to this deck is Nibiru, the Primal Being. People are tired of saying that nobody respects it. I agree. that's for the monsters in the main deck. Now let's go with the spell cards. This is a branded deck, so I don't understand how people can play branded without branded fusion. So I'm running two of these plus a Grass Look Screener, which at any given moment could trigger at least 2 or 3 effects, and that's just something that most decks cannot let happen. So they have to stop that card if they see you playing it, else there will be trouble. Triple Nadir, still in 2026, it's not the best probably, but is one of the best one card combo from the deck. Triple Fusion Deployment, you cannot go into Synchro plays with this one, but it can bring 2 bodies or just activating one card. You bring Falling of Void Dragon plus Ecclesia, you get 2 bodies to continue with your combos. The candidate for next ban card in the meta, Branded High Spirits. People have switched from ashing your branded fusion to ashing discard because of how many resources it generates. And well thought so actually. But yeah, now you don't want that card to resolve your playing against branded. People find the virtues. Double branded opening. For the last year or so, last 2 or 3 formats, I realized that card, the right ratio is 2. No matter how many cards are you running, I'm running 60 cards. It's not mandatory to play it, but it's definitely a card that you can use both effects in the same turn. So that's something really good. The last branded card is Branded Lost. I'm running the Bestial package, so you know that I should be playing that. Double target thrust, triple talent, or 1 talent is the only one you can use. Double allure, it's not so bad to discard your whole hand. And I'm telling you because I'm running plenty of monsters that are light, and even monsters that are not dark at all. They're like wind, like Koalas. So honestly, this card is not so bad into a blind draw. And the best board break, it probably, you guys know that Radiant Typhoon is playing it. Super Polymerization, and we'll go into the targets for those in a little bit. For traps, the Black Boat Lofts. This is a going first card that you can set with triple attack this thrust, and it has a graveyard effect that you can use in the follow-up turn, so we want to use that. Double branded management, they never expect the second. 1 retribution, you never play more than that, I guess. Another way to fuse with fusion duplication, or you can also copy the effect of fusion deployment. That's important. And you can also copy opponent's card. That's even more important. The 1 Dragon's Mind, we're covering all sides. So if you play first and I get to set this, it's mostly 90% of the games, game over. Let's move on to the side deck. The 1 Ecclesia and the Dark Dragon, it's a card that I never summon. I summon it once every 20 or every 15 games. It's an amazing card. It's probably one of the best cards to run into your deck, and if it brings anything you need at the moment you need it. The definition of a toolbox card. But I just use it for recycling and board wiping, which is amazing. For the branded package, or the branded, or Albaz fusions in this case, we have all of these bad boys. The meta requires you to play this one. Blue Eyes stands no chance. Branded Rakotel stands no chance. We can even fuse without having monsters if they've left that fallen of Albaz in the field. So, yep. For the not so branded fusions, this 2, and and to finish things off, these monsters. I don't like Secretarian. I prefer Mysterian, which is more generic. It can stop Jummy if needed. For the lock, one of my favorite plays for all time, and Super Poly Target. Super Poly Target. Super Poly Target. If the meta requires it, these 2 can be Super Poly Targets as well. Lastly, side deck. We want to resolve branded fusion, so if Dracotel decides so, it's on the mix, we're gonna play that. Mind you, some people are playing Dracotel Flame as a main deck, even though they don't play Dracotel. That's a spicy tech. Beefeater Duster, some decks requires it. Sky Striker, it's full of surprises, but we don't want to face. The best board breaker right now, evenly match. My best investment ever made. Common Muchami Prulia. I drew 5 cards of it playing against Radiant Typhoon because he had to, and yeah, it was a win. 1 Super Poly Target that I could decide if Albaz and Addis, it's not a match. Let's say they play Radiant Typhoon or anything else. My Dragon of the Swamp is a good one. It's very unlikely that I draw this card, but if I do, it's amazing. And lastly, these 3 I am afraid of. The Lunalight full combo with 2 towers, Babuska, and Espirito Knight. So I'm running these 3. I ordered them like 2 weeks ago, and I got them, and that's a good thing. So that was the deck profile, guys. That was it. If you want to see how I use it, let me know. I'll be playing probably some Omega during the following days, so you can see the deck in action. I play often. I've been winning a lot there as well. Honestly, it's the best moment for play branded. So if you want to know more about what branded plays you want to do without mixing with much other cards, probably this channel is the right place to do it. I stream local sometimes, and I also record and upload them. So hit the like button, subscribe. That was it. My name is Branded Player 23 signing out. See you guys next one.